92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You remember being a little kid, you're in school and you're coloring something in your coloring book, and then you see the girl that you like.
Aww.
And you know that she's coloring something too.
Yeah.
So you walk over to her, you figure it's a good opportunity to bond over something.
Yeah.
And then you look at what she's coloring and you say to her, "That's terrible. You're the worst colorer in this class. You should stop right now. Mine is way better."
No!
Hoping that you could just break her confidence down enough so that she would like you.
That is actually how little boys do it, which
Apparently.
is strange.
That's still a thing in the adult world.
Yeah, also not surprising.
Because Jared sent us an email to do a second date update today, and apparently he met the girl that he wants to call while coloring.
What?
Jared, how do you meet a girl while coloring?
Well, my buddy Robbie told me that there was a meetup group at a local bar, and he said, we should just get wasted and start coloring. It's a great way to meet chicks. And I thought, well, okay, why not?
You went to one of those adult coloring nights.
Yeah, I mean, there's adult everything now. There's like adult camps, all these things we did when we were kids. Now, I guess my generation, we're doing it as adults, but just getting drunk, and it's a lot more fun.
I'm guessing you were the only men there.
We weren't the only men there. We may have been the only degenerates there, but there were other men there.
And did you hit on her the same way that I described? You walk up to her and just rip on her coloring abilities a little bit?
I did not rip on her coloring abilities. I saw her at the bar. I walked on over to her, and when I was getting my pint, I looked over, and she was actually drawing a pretty amazing dragon.
Oh.
This actually sounds like
Yeah.
it's more fun than I thought.
He's wasted. There's a dragon.
She was drawing this fantastic-looking dragon. I just knew this chick was an artist. She had tattoos on her and stuff. She definitely knew what she was doing.
You're like, wow, you can stay in the lines, ma'am. And that is a turn on to me.
So how'd you strike up a conversation with her?
Well, I looked over to her and I said, "That's a nice dragon you've got there." and she looked at me a little funny, and I said, "Could you help me out? I'm not as good of an artist as you." So I asked her if I could borrow her purple. I ran out.
What?
Nice.
You asked to borrow a crayon?
So you took her purple crayon home with you.
No, I didn't take it home. I don't want to get arrested or anything. I just want to steal from this girl right away.
Not right away. Eventually you'll steal something from her, but not right now.
Eventually.
You guys sound like, you sound like you were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Was she as
Oh,
well?
I was. She was nowhere near as drunk as I was. She was maybe a little tipsy, but she was okay. She was more of a lady than I was a gentleman.
Okay. Did it seem like she liked you a lot, though?
It did. I mean, when we first started talking, it seemed like we were really hitting it off very well, and eventually I asked her if she wanted to go to a different bar that wasn't coloring. Then we could actually talk and get to know each other, and we went, and
Wait, that night you guys did, or you went on a date later?
that night we went out, we went to a different bar.
Oh,
cool.
nice. And how was the other bar?
By the time we got to the second bar, we started talking about her job, what she does for a living, and maybe she was weirded out by the fact that I really liked that she's a glass blower. I mean, how many glass blowers do you know? I was really excited about it.
I don't know any glass
That's
blowers.
cool. I don't know any either.
Yeah, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and maybe I talked about it for too long or something.
Did you get too excited about it?
Creepy.
I mean, I was talking to her about blowing glass, and I may have said like an offhanded remark about how good of a blower she is,
Oh,
or something
God.
like that. But
All right.
it was
Yeah.
a joke. Though.
Yeah,
All right.
she doesn't hear that all the time.
I'm sure she does. I was just trying to be cute.
Did you guys hang out all night?
We hung out for probably a good 3-4 hours. We probably left around midnight.
Oh, wow.
That's
And
really good.
it wasn't a hookup, though.
No, I asked her if she wanted to do anything else or go back to maybe my place or something, and she said, no, maybe not now, but give me a call sometime.
Okay,
that's
so
good.
Now, you're retelling this story, and you keep bringing up the fact of how wasted you were. Do you think you have an honest portrayal of how the night really went?
Oh, definitely. I remember exactly what happened. I was a little too drunk at the first bar, but then by the time we got to the second bar, I thought, you know what, this girl's really cute. I should probably slow down and sober up so I can remember everything she's saying.
wow,
Oh,
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
responsible.
I've never heard
That
of
is-
it.
Yeah, never happened in my life. Anytime I've been drunk around a girl that I thought was cute, I'm like, I better get drunker so I can
Yeah.
be smooth.
Smooth like jagged rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with you, Jared. So have you reached out and talked to her since that night?
I have. I've tried to call her a few times. It's been about, I'd say, a little over a week. since that date, and I've tried to call her a bunch of times, and she always makes up some excuse, and I figured I could use some help with this. I really like her, and I want to talk to her again.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
As the old saying goes, the way to a woman's heart is by making off-color remarks about her job. So Jared is on the phone for a second date update, and he's obviously confused why he's not getting a call back from a girl named Layla. They met at an adult coloring night at a bar, and they hung out for a little while. He thinks he's probably not getting a call back because he made a rude remark about her job. She's a glass blower by trade. And so he made a joke about that, and I'll let you use your imagination as to what he was talking about. Again, she's a glass blower, and he made a joke.
We get it.
And so he thinks that she didn't like that, and that's why she's not calling him back. We're about to get her on the phone. Jared, you ready?
Yes, sir.
And I didn't hear, Jared, after you made the joke and it obviously fell flat, did you apologize?
She just, changed the subject. I didn't feel a need to apologize. I felt like we should move on.
Okay.
Right. You didn't keep going back to it, though, did you?
Did you hear me, though?
I don't think so. She moved on to something else. We started talking about her tattoos.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her to answer and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Yep, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Layla, please?
Yeah, this is she. Can I ask who's calling?
Sure you can.
Okay, who's calling?
Oh, Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
It's always funny to me.
What's all that?
That is Brooke and Jose and me, Jubal,
We're
from
all
Brooke and
here.
Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Still not
What's
putting
going
it
on?
together, are you?
What's going on?
Well, I'm calling you today because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners. His name is Jared.
Okay.
And Jared told us about the night that you guys met.
Did he?
Yeah. And he said that
It just
he
gets
really
weirder.
liked you, and he's been trying to get a hold of you for a second date, but you keep saying you're busy.
Yeah, he called me last night, and I ignored his call.
Yeah. He said that you've been ignoring all of his calls. Is there a particular reason?
It just wasn't what I thought it was. Could you just tell him you didn't reach me or something?
Well, I mean, can you give me anything specific that I can tell him? He did. Look, he told us that you're a glass blower, right?
Oh, yeah, he mentioned that?
Yeah, he did. Great job, by the way. That's really cool. But he said that he also made a really bad joke about blowing things,
Oh.
and he thinks that that's the reason you're not calling him back.
I mean, among other things.
Was it, I mean, that was bad and made me roll my eyes. Did he just come off kind of like a bro?
I mean, yeah, he was just really immature. That joke, whatever. Probably 90% of the people that find out what I do make that joke, and then we move on.
Right.
But I don't know. It got weird.
Well, what do you mean immature?
Okay, so he told you about all the coloring. That was a coloring night at the
Yeah,
bar?
he said you were really good at it.
I am good, and I love it. It's relaxing to me. It's something that brings me joy. And we, at one point later in the night, traded coloring books to look at each other's work. And I'm going through his and come across, a deer with female parts drawn onto it.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Well, I would go with other female parts, Jose.
well, what are we talking about? What parts were drawn on it?
Why do you guys need to know the specifics?
I don't know. You're right. It's funny.
I'm not going to tell you. You can use your imagination.
So it was
I don't
basically like
wanna
a
paint a picture.
deer-human hybrid that he had drawn.
Yeah, a very inappropriate one.
Okay.
And it's children's coloring book. And I started flipping to the next page, and every single cute, cuddly animal, I kid you not, had some sort of inappropriate addition.
That's awesome. You didn't find that funny? I would have laughed.
I mean, yeah, 10 years ago, but I enjoy coloring. It really, it means something to me. I'm an artist, and, sorry, I'm not interested in dating a 12-year-old boy.
Maybe he thought you would think it was funny too, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, he kept looking over at me like, isn't this hilarious? As he's like going through my drawing. Like, it was so.
Every single page that he's done it to is like, oh man, this one, it's the same joke as the last page, except this one's on a rabbit. The other one was a beaver.
I kid you not. He said to me at one point, hey, look at this giraffe. Guess what's longer than its neck?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
I still don't get it though, because he said that you guys hung out for like 3 or 4 hours that night. Like, why?
I mean, we did. It's not like there was anybody else there. Like, we were drinking and laughing and having fun. Like, I don't know. Honestly, it just wore on me. Like, over the course of the night, he kept calling me the glass blower. Like he was British. I don't even know. He was so excited that I was a glass blower and thought it was so, like, medieval or whatever. And just, it was so
blower.
obnoxious, you guys.
Okay. Well, I have some news for you, glass blower. Jared is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God. Are you guys serious?
Yeah. Jared, you there?
Yes, I am here, and hello to you, glass blower.
He's
That
not
was-
stopping with it. Jared,
Oh my
she didn't
God.
like that you kept calling her that. I wouldn't continue it.
Come on, she thought it was funny. She laughed every time I called her glass blower.
It made me laugh, but I don't know if for the same reasons.
I mean, honestly, dude, it was really obnoxious. I was laughing more at my life and the circumstances that brought me to that moment.
You could have fooled me. You seemed like you were enjoying yourself. After all those drinks I was buying, you seemed like a really condescending I have to tell you.
Whoa!
Wow. I mean, did you not wonder why I kept needing another drink? Like,
Jared, that was intense, man. Why are you name calling all of a sudden?
Because I was doing a nice thing. I was taking this girl out to another bar, and we were having a good time. And now she's saying that I'm acting like a 12-year-old, and that you didn't even ask about any of those things. You just laughed along, and on the inside, you hated my drawing.
Jared, in her defense, what is she supposed to ask you about drawing genitalia on woodland creatures?
If it was so offensive to you, why didn't you say anything? Not to mention, half of those were my buddy Rob's anyway, which you didn't even care to ask about.
Oh,
He's offended.
Well, who's defensive about the drawings?
You don't make fun of me or Rob.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't know that half of them were your buddy Rob. But, like, the second I saw them, it became pretty clear to me that you were not somebody I could have a conversation with. And, like,
Well,
what else am
then
I
why
gonna
did
do?
you continue to have a conversation with me for the next 4 or 5 hours?
Well, I wanted to be out that night. It was my one night out a week, and like, whatever. It was fine, but I don't want to pursue it again. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like seeing you again, which is why I avoided your calls, and now I'm on the radio. Like, what are you thinking?
Wow, my God. I thought you were way more fun than this. I guess sober you are just obnoxious to be around.
Wow.
Jared, how can you not own up to any of that? Like showing a girl a bunch of boobs and other parts and then glass blower joke, like the whole thing is pretty obnoxious.
God, you too? What is it with you guys? We were getting wasted at a bar and coloring in coloring books. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
No, this is serious stuff, Jared.
Well, apparently, for the girl that has Tolstoy written on her arm, it must be pretty f***ing serious.
Listen. All right. It sounds like what you need is some 21-year-old co-ed who's going to go do shots off of you at a bar, and, like, maybe you guys can color on each other with markers or something. That's just not something I'm interested in, okay?
You know, you should be dating some 50-year-old college professor with erectile dysfunction that wears nothing but tweed jackets every day.
Great. If I can have a conversation with him, I'm set.
All right, well, it looks like you two have figured out your type at least, but I still have to ask the question. Layla, would you like to go on a second date with Jared? We will pay for it.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you sure?
Oh, shocker.
It sounds like you were right on the fence.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hope to never see him again unless, like, I need some boobs put on the glass I blew.
You know what? This really was eye-opening to me. I don't need to date this girl ever again. Thank you guys for doing this for me. I guess I just need a college girl that has no brains in her head at all, right?
Yeah, please, enjoy. Just don't call me anymore, okay?
I will, glass blower woman. Enjoy your life. Glass blower woman. Glass
Yes,
blower
you're
woman.
very witty. Thank you so much for gracing us.
You are the glass blower woman.
Yes,
Blow
okay.
away.
Thank you so much for your wit.
Glass blower!
Brooke Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 says, OMG, that dude is hilarious. I totally would go out with him. Another one that says, I have a great sense of humor, and that guy is annoying.
Yeah,
Of course, that's
totally.
about today's second date update. Jared wanted to call a girl named Layla. They met at an adult coloring night at a bar. People are doing that now where you go and color. And she was a glass blower. That was the
You
thing
can't
that impressed him
even
the
say
most.
it normal
I know.
anymore because of him.
Apparently, he loved the fact that she was a glass blower so much that he kept saying it over and over again. That was really annoying. But the reason that she really didn't want to go out with him was she looked at his coloring that he did that night, and he didn't really color anything. He just drew genitalia on all the pictures, him and his buddy, and she thought he was immature.
Well, it's funny if you're hanging out with your drinking buddy. It's not funny if it's a guy that you want to date.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Somebody else texted in at 78592 said, I just want to see his pictures.
Yeah.
I do too, actually. I'm really curious. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.